Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Finish News. Today's top story is, of course, Jodie Whittaker and Mandip Gill are joining Big Finish for the 13th Doctor adventures. We've given our full thoughts, our initial reactions to this news in a separate video that you can go watch after this one. But I think, in a word, it's fair to say brilliant. We are excited. We are getting 12 full cast audio dramas starting in July 2025, individual releases as well, and they will run one every 2 months until May 2027. And I'm sure that is only the start. It looks like everyone is very excited to be involved in these productions. So, yeah, roll on July 2025.
But if you can't wait until July for a little bit of Chibnall Who goodness, we do have the debut of the Fugitive Doctor on audio. In an audio we didn't expect, which is Coda, the last installment of the Once and Future saga, where we see the Fugitive Doctor versus the War Doctor. Very interesting idea, a story written by Tim Foley. This does have the classic dartboard element, because like I say, we've got the War Doctor, Fugitive Doctor, we've got Bernie Summerfield, we've got Queen Elizabeth I, and Vord. So quite a nice array of characters. David Richardson said the main story of Want and Future is over, but this is an afterword, a final chapter which unites two incarnations of the Doctor, which have been lost to the Doctor's consciousness. It's a fugitive versus the War Doctor, and some old friends and foes joining the fray. And significantly, this is Joe Martin's first Big Finish performance. Welcome aboard, Joe. You're absolutely brilliant.
To other news, the Sirens of Time Redux has sold out completely. Big Finish are reproducing this very first Doctor Who audio drama from 1999, remastering the original sound files, re-editing it, and creating a brand new exciting product. It released in 4 different versions. The Platinum Edition, which contained a CD, download, cassette, plus some exciting little prints. A Gold Edition with CD, download, and cassette. A Silver Edition with your CD and download. And a Bronze Edition with just your download. And now they are all gone. Apart from, of course, your Bronze Edition. Download is unlimited. That's going to be there until, well, who can say? But hopefully for a very long time.
Sirens of Time might have been the first ever Doctor Who Big Finish audio, but the first Big Finish audio started with a character called Bernie Summerfield, and in September we start a whole new chapter in Bernie Summerfield, continuing with the new adventures with 2 half-hour adventures. In September we see the release of the Armageddon Chair by James Goss and the Triumph of the Dravin by James Goss. So this, like I say, is running till December, and the cover feels very, very early Big Finish. Something you'd see like on an early Big Finish cover. And yeah, this is the year of Bernie Summerfield. We've had her with the 9th Doctor. We've got her in Coda. We've got her in Dark Gallifrey. Bernie Summerfield fans rejoice. This is a good time to be a Benny fan.
This is also the year that the 4th Doctor turns 50. His first ever TV story, Robot, aired on the 28th of December 1974. And now in December this year, season 12 gets one more story, a 4-parter by Jonathan Morris called The Curse of Time, starring Tom Baker, of course, as the 4th Doctor, Sadie Miller as the role originated by Elizabeth Sladen, Sarah Jane Smith, and Christopher Naylor stepping into the shoes of Ian Marter as Harry Sullivan. The trio find themselves flung back through a rip in the time vortex and go to medieval times where something strange is afoot. A sinister brotherhood lurk around a village, and there's this mysterious character called Faustus Black and a secret hidden in the Forbidden Forest. The guest cast for this story also features Terence Wilton, who originally appeared in Invasion of the Dinosaurs as Mark. So that's a old favourite coming back for this story. Nice that they're getting some era-appropriate guest cast members here. And it seems it will also be tying together many of the strands that were set up in season 12. This very neatly connected season as Dr. Sarah and Harry found themselves flung from one story to another. Here we follow on from Revenge of the Cybermen, lead in to Terror of the Zygons, when the TARDIS finally makes its way back to Scotland. David Richardson says Jonathan Morris has written a smashing tale that perfectly fits into both the Nerva Beacon arc and the Hinchcliffe ears. Happy anniversary to the Fourth Doctor.
So quite a lot of exciting news, like we say, Jodie Whittaker. We've talked about that. That's something we're all very excited about. But Coda, that was the big thing this week, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, I mean, well, we thought it was.
We thought, but yeah,
Yeah,
Big Finish kept topping themselves with the news, going, "Hey, you thought that was good? What about this?"
Yeah, they really did. But no, Coda, I think, is certainly exciting. We've been looking forward to it anyway because we're big fans of Tim Foley. Even though Once and Future didn't do too much for us in the end, I think this looks like a nice little way to top it off, at least. And yeah, it's very exciting having those two hidden incarnations of the Doctor face each other. And yeah, it feels like the right way for Jo Martin to make her debut. And it's also wonderful for Jonathan Carley as well to be involved in these celebrations to such an extent. And also, it's always the year of the War Doctor in a way.
It is. Jonathan Carley's probably the Doctor of the most releases, isn't he? Really? This year.
I think, he's up to 6 confirmed now,
which is wild.
Yeah, and I mean, certainly
well
deserved. I think. Yeah, he has done a brilliant job in the role of the War Doctor. Really made this younger version of him his own, I would say. But yeah, it feels very Big Finish, doesn't it? You've got Bernie Summerfield, Vord, Fugitive Doctor, War Doctor.
I forgot to mention Vienna.
Yeah, Vienna as well. It is a mad collection of characters here. We'll see how they all end up juggling together when the final product comes out. But no, Jo Martin making her debut, that's exciting. And yeah, it won't be long to wait until January after that when we get her first full box set.
Yeah, I've had that pre-ordered since the announcement, so it'll be a long time coming to finally hear that story. But Coda, yeah, pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you've had that pre-order for quite a while as well. We both
not as long as
the
initial,
as long.
But yeah,
not quite those 2 years, but yeah. I mean, Bernie Summerfield also in the Eternity Club. I mean, that's something that's interesting me more and more, I think.
The more I hear about it, I thought this would be an easy pass because I love the stuff they did with Benny and the Unbound Doctor. So for me, it was a little bit hard to go, okay, do I want to commit to more Bernie Summerfield? But now I get more story details, and seeing how half-an-hour stories do, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think that format change certainly makes it an interesting prospect to see quite how that works. It's very much all based around this Eternity Club setting, so it feels like a series within itself, really.
Yes,
you know, you have
Foley, that. James Goss, great writers.
Yeah, seem to be creating this world that mashes up quite a few different Doctor Who monsters into one location, and yeah, it seems pretty mad in a good way.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of variety and some emotional beats there for Benny as well, because I mean, there always is. But apparently, it's also meant to be, a bit more of a cozy listen, a bit more of a resting period for Bernie Summerfield. As I suppose we all adjust to life beyond the Unbound Doctor, this series without David Warner, sadly. But it's nice that Benny gets to carry on and go somewhere brand new. So I think I will be picking this one up. I didn't expect to before this.
Yeah, I thought this would be an easy pass. I thought, you know what, that's money saved. That can go to other things. But no, they suck you in.
Just when you think you're out.
They find a way of putting you in. You're like, oh, damn it, Big Finish.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's not even anything like big that's drawing us to this. It's not some guest character. It's not Tom Baker again, because
Yeah,
that's
that's normally
usually
the
the
thing.
thing.
That's normally the thing.
Yeah. But no, it's just the concept, really, I think, and the idea of more Benny focused stories. Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Tom Baker,
There's something he is in because he's sort of got to be. This
well,
is.
quite.
Hmm.
It's his anniversary, and what an understated way of celebrating 50 years. And I think this is a thing I like. It's like, hey, we've not done original season 12 audios. Here you go. Here's a new story
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah, I mean, understated, I think, sums it up nicely because it's not a negative word, is it? And that's not how I
No,
feel about this at all. I was sort of,
we,
when you look at 40 and what they're doing to Sixth Doctor's 40th celebrations, 40 being the Fifth Doctor box sets, that they were literally called 40.
yeah.
Yeah. uh, you had much more grander stuff going on there. And so part of me was expecting season 12 Tom to encounter season 18 Tom
Which
and
would be
it to be
great.
some wild free box set arc. Yeah, which we would have lapped up. But I like that they're going for this more understated approach here with the Curse of Time. It's just one 2-disc release that fits neatly onto the end of season 12. That cover art is very Hinchcliffe. I love that.
I
Brilliant
feel
stuff
like
by
I've
Sean
already heard
Longmore.
the story as well. Like I get little glimpses in my head of,
Hmm.
sort of them going through like the cave and then it being like a space station. I can picture it already. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I mean, there is a nice little nod to Robot on the cover as well. Like literally the robot. The robot on the left has the same shoulder pad as the
Okay,
K1
one.
robot. Yeah, which is a nice little touch. And so I wonder if that's just a fun little thing on there, or if that is going to have some ramifications in the story as well. We shall see. But no, I'm really excited for this. I love Harry dressed as a monk as well. He's getting some interesting costume changes on these covers now. He's been a Dominator, now he's monk there. You've got Sarah, of course, in the end of Genesis of the
Yeah, the
Daleks, and
combat.
then Revenge of the Cybermen combat. Yeah, the camo. Yeah, it's an iconic look for her, and I think that neatly places this in the timeline as well. It's like, I mean, they've already outright said where it goes, but it's just nice to see that visual consistency on the cover. Of course, you got season 12 Tom there as well. There was always a very special vibe about season 12. I think partly because of how tightly knit the stories are.
Yes.
Like, there hasn't really quite been a gap there to exploit. It's certainly not one you could fit too much into. But I think having an extra story on the ends there to lead into Terror of the Zygons, I think there is room for, this four-parter to make an impact. So, yeah,
I mean, Jonathan
December can't
Morris.
come soon enough. Yeah.
Jonathan, he's done such great authentic work this year with this stuff he's written, like Fugitive of the Daleks, Love Letter to the Chase, and how fan pleasing it is with what it
Mm.
does. And then you get Revolution in Space, which is too authentic to its detriment, with it being okay, let's do a budget, studio bound Pertwee six-parter.
He's also doing Operation Werewolf soon. Well, I say soon. He did it ages ago. It's just releasing very soon on the 24th of July. This Second Doctor Lost Story, which, again, being a lost story, it's going to be pretty authentic. And so, yeah, he's got to cover Doctors 1 to 4 this year. So, yeah, it's a good year for Jonathan Morris, it seems. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does here with the Curse of Time.
Yeah, it'll probably be the last big finish of the year. So what
Yeah, I
close the
imagine
year off?
they'll. Yeah, I imagine they'll release it the 28th of December to tie in with that, the date of Robot. Lots of good news here. It's been a very good week to be a Big Finish fan.
Yeah, we've not
I
been
think it's fair to
starved this
say.
week.
No, we really have not. We've almost been
Overindulged.
gluttonous.
Yes.
Yeah, been overwhelmed by the news. But yeah, let us know your favourite piece of news. Which release excites you the most? If you can, you don't have to pick a favourite. There's a lot of good stuff coming. But yeah, until next time, Take care, everyone.
Bye bye.